Hi everybody, this is Mike Quaranta, Chief Marketing Officer with Oxford Life. I'm very excited to announce that our e-application for our multi-year guaranteed annuity is approved and ready to use in the states listed on this agent bulletin. I'm going to take a few minutes of your time and walk you through the entire e-application process, from data entry on the application to the client e-signing the app. I think you'll find it very user-friendly, not only for you, but for your clients. So let's get started. To begin, from your Internet Explorer, go to www.oxfordlife.com and click on the Producer Login button in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. This will take you to the Agent Portal login page. Enter your username, password, and it's the same username and password that you currently use, and click on Login. This will take you to your home screen on the Agent Portal, where you will access the eApp for Multi-Select. To do so, hover over My Tools, go to eApp, and then Multi-Select. This is the home page for the applications. It's where you will create a new application, where you can view incomplete applications, view applications that are pending client signatures, and even look at completed applications. So let's create a new app. Click on Create New Application, choose a state, and we're going to enter the home state of the client, and we're ready to go. So for this tutorial, let's do a 10-year, multi-year guaranteed annuity. And also let me point out, you'll notice on the screen you'll see a lot of red X's. Those are required fields. And when you enter the data in the required field, the red X turns into a green check mark, and it's safe to proceed. So we're going to do a 1035 exchange of non-qualified money. Let's pay $50,000 with the application, and let's do a $50,000 1035 exchange. Payment type will be a check and a non-qualified exchange, and we're now ready to go. For the owner, let's go with Mike Test. He lives on 1 Elm Street in Phoenix, Arizona. Date of birth. And after you enter the date of birth, you'll notice when you click to the next field, it's going to populate the age in the age section. Gender is going to be male. Social Security number, we'll use ones. The phone. Driver's license number. Driver's license state. And you'll notice all the fields we're filling out here are the same fields that are in the paper application. Now for the email address, this is where you're going to put the client's email address. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to put my email address in here so that the email comes to me and I can show you how you're going to have your client e-sign the application. So again, let me stress, this is the section for the client's email address. Alrighty. And we're not going to do a joint spousal owner. But in this case, let me just put put a first name in here. And we'll put Mary, and I'm doing that to show you what happens if you do have a joint spousal owner. If you go down to the beneficiary section, you'll notice that it says surviving joint owner is primary beneficiary, and we've put surviving joint owner in the last name field. Oxford Life requires that the surviving joint owner be the primary beneficiary when you have an application with joint owners. The purpose behind this is when one owner dies, we want the surviving joint owner to receive the proceeds, not one of the children who should be contingent beneficiaries in this case, because we don't want the money going to the kids and then the joint owner, surviving joint owner, trying to get it back. But for purposes of this tutorial, we won't do a joint spouse. We'll click no joint owner, and you notice the field disappears. The annuitant is the same as the owner, and now we're ready for the beneficiary section. So let's start off, let's go David Test, and he lives on 1 Maple Street in Orlando, Florida. Date of birth. Social Security numbers, we'll go with 2s. He's a son, and let's do 50% beneficiary. Now, if you want to add another beneficiary, which we're going to do in this case, you just click on the Add Additional Primary Beneficiary tab and it opens up another section. And we'll do Billy test, and let's spell it correctly. And he lives on 1 Oak Street, and he is in Dallas, Texas. Date of birth, Social Security. He's the son. And let's put 40% to show you what happens when it doesn't total 100%. We'll skip contingent beneficiaries, go to existing coverage. Do you have any existing life insurance? Yes. Will the purchase result in the replacement? Yes. I want to receive documents and communications by electronic delivery. Let me stress, yes, absolutely. It's the quickest and easiest way to get all this information out to your client. Do you have reason to believe the applicant has existing policies? Yes, they do. Will this result in a replacement? Yes, it will. Notice the producer signature is already pre-populated. You simply need to date it. And click Submit. Now we click Submit and it didn't go through. It's telling us split percentages do not equal 100%. So we'll go back up to the beneficiary. You can see where we made the mistake. We'll correct it at 50%. It now totals 100%. And we'll hit Submit. Now once you hit Submit, it takes you back to this particular application's home page. And you'll notice up at the top, it's showing you the required forms. And based on color, it's showing you which forms have been completed and which need to be completed. So the application is done. We're now going to select the annuity suitability form. Takes you to the form, and we'll fill out the information. And I'll try to go quick on this. We're not going to have a joint owner. Lives at home, retired, average knowledge, they're moderate. Total estimated purchase is $100,000. The money's coming from checking and from an annuity. It again asks about replacements. Yes, it will be a replacement. No, they haven't surrendered in the last 4 months. It's a better rate. Have they replaced any other policies? No. And now it's asking for information about the policy that's being replaced. Let's just call it Aviva annuity. It's a fixed index. The issue year was 2000. The source used to pay for it was cash. Again, make sure you're noticing all these red X's are turning green check marks when they're filled out, but a red X means it's a required field. Current value, $50,000. It's going to be a full replacement. It was 10 years surrender when issued. The surrender charge is 0. No market value adjustment, no premium bonus, no recapture, and the current rate is 1.50%. Now there's other fields here. If you have that information, it sure would help to have it entered into the form. Primary goals in purchasing the annuity, let's say tax deferral, let's say growth and safety of principal. Going to own the annuity for 10 years. Anticipate taking money, lump sum more than 10 years from now. And we're ready for the financial information. Let's go with $5,000 of monthly income, $3,000 of expenses, and you'll see that gives you net monthly income of $2,000. We need to list the assets, both liquid and non-liquid. So we'll just go $50,000 for checking, that's non-qualified, $50,000 of qualified stocks and bonds. Non-liquid assets, we'll go $50,000 for annuities that have surrender charges, and $50,000 in the employer-sponsored retirement fund. So you'll notice we have $100,000 of liquid net worth, $100,000 of non-liquid, for a total net worth of $200,000. Source of income, Social Security and pension. Does your income cover all your expenses? Yes. Do you anticipate adverse changes? No. Do you have a reverse mortgage? No. And now the producer's statement. Advantages of purchasing this annuity, let's say a better rate. The disadvantages, new surrender charges. And the basis for the recommendation was better rate. Ready to sign. Again, pre-populated with agent number and agent signature. We simply need to date. And click on Submit. And that form has turned green. We need a replacement form. Considering replacing, yes. Are you using funds? Yes. It asks for the insured's name. My test, policy number, insured, and it has been replaced. Reason for replacing, better rate. Again, it's already populated. Simply date. And click submit. And we have one form left, the transfer form. We'll pull up this information, Mike test. You remember the Social Security numbers. Surrendering company was Aviva. Policy number 123456. Now, I don't have the company address, city, state, that information. If you have it, if you can get it off of the policy, that's great. If not, our home office new business team can get that information for you. Initiate transfer immediately upon request. Apply proceeds to a new contract. It's a full transfer. It's non-qualified going to non-qualified, and the surrendered annuity is a fixed annuity, and we are ready to sign. Submit, and you'll notice all the forms are green. That means for this application on applicant Mike Test, you've completed all the forms. You're now ready to submit the application. Click on the bottom, or the tab at the bottom that says Submit Application. Now, after you click Submit, it takes you back to the application homepage. Again, this is where you see incomplete applications, pending applications, etc. You're going to notice now in the pending signature section, the application we just filled out for Mike Test is pending your client's signatures. And at the same time you clicked on Submit, your client received this email. It says, we've received an application for Mike Test from your agent, John Smith. You must review and sign the documents to complete the application process. Click here. So we'll click here, and this will take you to the verification process. Now let me point out, if you had joint owners, both of the owners would be getting an email like this. So first, the first owner would verify and sign, and then the second owner would verify and sign. So again, we only have one email because we have a single owner, but in the case of joint owners, there would be two emails that would be sent to the client. So you click on Verify, and it takes you to the section where the client is actually going to verify their identity. There will be 4 questions. Your client needs to answer 3 of them correctly. And these questions come from LexisNexis. They get their information from past credit reports, car purchases, things like that. So again, your client will need to answer 3 of them correctly to proceed. For the purpose of this test, I'm clicking none of the above. Don't have your client do that because, of course, it won't work. But submit the answers, and it now takes you to the part of the process where the client is going to sign all the documents. They are in order, and they're highlighted at which ones need to be signed at the time. First one you see highlighted in blue, consent to electronic signatures. They must sign this first, or they can't e-sign any of the other forms. So we're going to type in Mike Test. I'm going to spell it wrong just so you see what happens. Click on I agree, and it shows name must be typed exactly as shown. So let's correct that. Click on I agree, and now you notice it's gone to the next one, which is sign annuity application. You click on that. It will populate the annuity application, so your client will see, and then they sign it. Click on I agree. Annuity suitability. Mike Test. I agree. Replacement of life insurance. I agree. And lastly, the transfer form. Click on I agree, and it's done. At this point, it's telling you the application is complete, and you can close out, or they can click on it and view and print the forms. And you'll notice that the e-signing process actually put the signatures, there we go, in the fields where the signature is required. And that's it, you're done. Oop. Close that tab, you're back there. You can close your browser. I'll go back to Oxford Life. That's the easy tutorial for the multi-year guaranteed annuity app. Well, let me show you one more thing. When you go back to your home page, you'll notice that it's still showing pending signature, even though the client has already signed it. And of course, once you log out and log back in, that will clear. But I'll just refresh the screen, and you'll see that the pending signature is gone. But if you look into the complete applications, you'll see that there's Mike Test, the application that we just filled in. Again, that's the easy tutorial for our multi-year guaranteed app. If you have any questions, contact your regional director at 800-308-2318. Thanks for your support, and I look forward to talking to you soon.